I did not follow the Kevin Steen and I did not follow the El Generico their days, basically, when they were on the Indies or in PWG, I think it was called. And from what my friends who did follow them were saying and stuff like that, was that this match was not as violent as those matches they had in their younger years. However, as he explained to me, it didn't have to be. And I agree, because he was telling me, and I agree as well, is that they are so over from a character storytelling standpoint that they didn't need to be. But nonetheless, as someone who has seen all their matches in terms of WWE, man, yeah, like, and thanks for joining the chat, SMP. Like you said, Kevin Owens and Sami always have great chemistry. Yeah, having seen all their WWE matches, I thought this was one of the best ones they've had. I for sure thought it was better than, what was that, WrestleMania 37 match that they had? This was just better, the story, and this is just more examples of how effective that bloodline story was. Kevin Owens and Sami were a crucial part of that storyline, and I'm glad to see that once they get past the bloodline stuff, they're still able to have compelling matches. Shout out to the Usos, who foresaw this in their story, saying, yeah, y'all are gonna fight again, and boy, were they right. Like they said, they are destined to do this forever. For the match itself in Canada, you know they were gonna be wild. Man, this match was, well, I don't know if it was like 20 or 30 minutes long, but however long it was, man, they were phenomenal. They were breaking each other through the chairs, fighting on the announce table, fighting in the crowd. Really felt like some old school Attitude Era stuff. For those of you who were 90s fans that grew up like me in that era, you saw things in this match that was really good, where I think Sami Zayn goes over the top turnbuckle and goes through 2 tables. I'm like, oh, brutal. And then they break out the barbed wire steel chair, and it's like, oh, dang, they're breaking each other onto the edge of the chair. Kevin Owens takes his nasty bump where he goes back first onto the top edge, seated edge part of the chair. I'm like, dang, there was a lot of parts of the match had me going like, oh, or ah, like, ooh. No, excuse me. And that's what you want. That's the type of reaction you want to get for this match. So they definitely lived up. The only thing I was shocked that they didn't do is that there was no blood. It seemed like this match would be something they would want to have blood in, but given what we saw later tonight, guess it makes sense why they didn't want to add blood. So overall, I thought this was just really great. There was a lot of great near falls. Like Sami Zayn was definitely fighting his best to try and get out of it, and the announcing team was doing a phenomenal job selling this, like, just stop the match, stop it. And it finally does come to an end when Kevin Owens ends up doing the power bomb on, not once but twice, onto the edge of the ring, which we know is the hardest part of the ring, and he finally is able to put Sami Zayn down for good. Yeah, and I mean, you had to make Kevin Owens look strong here, because I'm thinking, okay, either Sami wins because Randy Orton interferes, or Kevin Owens beats him viciously and wins, and then we get to our next part there. And so, of course, he's going to try and finish off Sami Zayn in his career, and I hear voices in my head, and it's Randy Orton, and that place went ballistic, man. Like I said, I was over my father's house watching this, and me and him both stood up out of our chair like, yeah, we were ready. Randy Orton comes out, and Randy Orton, he took his time coming out to the ring, just looking all like looking at a hole right through Kevin Owens, and just taking off his vest and stuff, and he was like just seething and like, and then he runs in there and starts going ham on Kevin Owens, man, just really letting Kevin Owens know, like, this is what you get. This is what you get. And man, I was getting so hyped for this. Audience was getting hyped, and then so next thing you know, he gets Kevin Owens down with the RKO, and he's getting that chair. And this is what I really love, is as he's getting the chair, he drops it, and the audience doesn't go boo. They start cheering because they were thinking what I was thinking, what I was hoping we were gonna see. And Randy starts backing up, and he's like, I'm like, let's go. He going 2009 Randy Orton end up in here. 2009 Randy Orton. I'm like, let's see the punt kick. And he goes for the punt kick, and Kevin Owens gets out of the way. And I'm like, no, I think the security, they pull Kevin Owens out of the way, and all me, like the audience there, I was like, boo. boo, boo. They got me to legitimately boo, and I love when wrestling can do that because I had to catch myself. The fan of me was boo, but the wrestling analytical side of me was thinking, oh no, this is perfect. Make us wait for it. Make us want to see it at WrestleMania 41, the big moment, which I think Randy Orton should win. He's long overdue for a win at a big PLE. So this was phenomenal. Great job. So we started off the top with a big angle, some good matches, and we have a big thing here in the middle. So just the way this show was structured was very well done. Man, I thought that was phenomenal. In the chat here, let's see what we got. Honey Bear X says, it's like Kevin is the Joker to Sammy's Batman. They are like brothers in real life, both trust each other so much. Yeah, man, that's true. Yeah, you, even though this stuff looked vicious, you could still tell that they're professionals and they know how to take good care of each other. And that's some of the best matches. Trish and Lita often talked about in interviews why their matches were so good, because when you have that real life trust with someone, you're able to go the extra mile in the ring because you trust each other's well-being in their hands and stuff. So yeah, SMP says the Viper is back. Yes, sir. Hey, man, we went to high school together. Shout out to SMP. We've been boys since high school, so we lived that era back in high school when Randy Orton was the Viper in 2009, just kicking people's heads off left and right. Champion, good stuff, man. SMP also says taking care of his legacy. I see what you did there. Honey Bear X says Randy was going down that dark tunnel. Love it. Yes, I love it, man. Dude, 2009 Randy Orton, 2020 Randy Orton was some of his best work. So I'm like, let's go. And this is a shout out to WWE, whether it was Vince McMahon in charge, Triple H in charge, every single time Randy Orton gets ready for his WrestleMania program, they always started off hot. So yeah, I can't say nothing but a bunch of good things about that.